Hi there, I'm Grey Hunter, and welcome back to Delve. So, we continue our fortress as it grows. My card deck seems to have vanished. That's just giving that up again. I just want that. Oop. Oh, shuffling here isn't a big problem. As long as we know where the new card comes from, should be fine. So, start of the turn, we gain deal to draw pile, the 8 of hearts, so we gain 8, 9, 10, 30 trade goods. Because we get 10, so 8 plus the second level for 10 for the Crystal Cavern, and then 20 for our little prison. So that's 30 trade goods. That's not bad. But I feel like we can be pushing this more, and I think an extension to the prison complex is needed. That is 30 resources, so if we trade out... Oh, actually, we've got to draw the next card first, haven't we? So... Oh, the Jack of Hearts. Hearts is resources. So that is a lovely 10 resources, which makes what I'm doing next even cheaper. So 25. I want 30, so I'll spend 3 trade goods to get 31 and end up with 1. And trade goods goes down to 26. So let us nip into Dungeon Draft again. Get our building tool. Make sure we get the same settings as before. We want a nice little broken ground. And I'm using this as my wall. Expand the prison like that. Probably connect it up this time. Get my wall tool, the same wall. Same wall apparently. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll do the cheats method and duplicate the prison out, turning off snapping. Put a little guard station in here. Oh, so set all my scale and everything as well. Oh look, dead people. I don't need them just yet. And then chair under. There we go. Export as PNG. And that's going to be Delver Lemon. Open this up. Really, I should just be doing this in that one, but yeah. And then select it, save the changes, and then the prisons of, or whatever, continue. So, let us deal out another card. So, this is the start of another turn. 5 of clubs gets us this being shuffled. What did it just draw? 5 of clubs, I think we've already done. That's the cavern. think for the start of the session, we'll restart the draw pile. Because then at least I know where I'm going. Alright, so it's 2, so we only get 24 trade goods. 30, 50 trade goods. Right. That's the maximum of the trade goods. We're going to need to think about something that we're going to be rolling in them soon if we're not careful. Then we're going to expand. I'm not too worried about reshuffling because you will have to reshuffle at some point. 10 of diamonds. This is all lost. We don't have any room for stored trade goods and I can't do anything about it until the end. Ah, I see. Hubris. Right. End of turn. I'm going to convert 20 of these, taking me down to 30, into 40 trade goods. The treasury is worth 20, so that takes me down to 20. And let's pop down a treasury. Now, the interesting thing is the treasury is going to have to go into this plant room, which I think no longer has an effect. No. That was just a one-off, so we can easily smash up the plant room now. Let's start with deleting out the plants. Now, interior modelling continues here. I've got to name this fortress Stone Fist. Let's just go like classic. Alright, it's a treasury. Let's give it some slightly fancier floors. This is the building tools. Alright. And then we want some lovely chests. Full of gold, preferably. Yes. The wealth of the stonefish shall be maintained here in this glorious treasury. What else have I got? If I just type gold. I think I've got some nice just piles of gold and magical books. A nice gold statue of a dwarf. Oh, nothing says treasury like keeping your immaterial wealth in one place. And just a big pile of gold sitting in the corners. Alright. That now gives us the ability to, and I should update this. So export this, Delve 12. Dip into Fantasy Grounds. Probably a very simple way of stopping it from defaulting to that file, but where we are. So resources 21/50, trade goods /100. And then we get a prisoner. Once we've got 4 more of these, maybe we could only put 4 cages in a room, but yeah, I like to make it look a bit busier. But I have room for the transient prisoners, haven't you? Right, time to draw a card. So we gain. That's not a bad way to get with that. That's 10, 30, trade goods. 32 trade goods, actually. Ooh, I think it's time to expand the military after this one. We'll draw from this to see what we find. Queen of Spades. Ooh, probably should have expanded the military beforehand. Slumbering Worm. An ancient dragon sleeps upon its hoard. I can attempt to steal, but yeah. Okay. We have dug along. Here. And we have found a slumbering worm. Even a slightly larger area. I think those treasure things I just had are going to come back in useful, aren't they? Because what says treasure hoard? Rather than massive piles of gold. Do we have anything a bit more generically big? I'm going to go to the scatter tool for this one. It'd be a lot quicker. Oh, it's taking me up to the bottom of the list, that's why. Grab all of these like this. Here we go. That's the bed of a dragon, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to say that we can't dig past the slumbering worm. Oh, the next thing I need to do is just get myself a little token. Just steal something from the internet. There we go. The internet always comes up with something, doesn't it? Might be out, actually. Nah. Let's go classic. I'll see it's different manual. You'll see it in a second. So, delve, choose file. Let's go for Smaug. Oh, no, that is completely wrong. I want delve 13 for this one. Then I need to create an actor. Gets the dragon. There we go. And let's just change that token. So it's a scale 2 creature. Just scale 3 looks perfectly. There we go, we have a slumbering worm. Now this is going to force me to go deeper. We're not going to be able to dig past the slumbering worm. It's 100 strength and ranged. So yes. Okay, so let's have a quick look at my costs here. A soldier is 5 and a gunner is 5. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, that's 15, 20, 25, 30 trade goods. And then another prisoner. Do you want to build a cannon room? Cannon outpost would be 10 resources, so yeah. The dwarves are digging up, so we spent 30 of that. And a good chunk of our resources. And we're going to be building a cannon room. Now I'm going to say the dwarves here, what they do is they want to make a better line of sight. So they're going to actually dig out this cavern entrance a little bit. I'm going to draw the walls in manually. Picking something that looks a little bit more fortified. Just so, I should pick the most fortified looking one. Going without going silly. That's a bit more. Snapping on. Yeah, see, this has let me draw outside the lines, doesn't it? Bad. You have to trust me fists. Alright. There we go, we got walls. And then you're going to go into object tool, because I'm pretty sure I've got cannon. I definitely have cannon. Let's put a couple of cannon down. Cannon are how much each? 30 trade goods, so I can afford one cannon. But I can also fill, this is the cannon room. So let's find some good stacks of cannonballs lined up. And then gunpowder. There's the classic gunpowder. Yep. Some TNT barrels lined up. So, export. In here, we've just spent another 30 of trade goods. Taking us down to 2. But we've extended our defense. So cannon is ranged, fires once per combat but does 30 damage. That's going to make a proper mess of anything that comes up this way. If we do decide to wait the dragon. I don't feel the need to wait the dragon at this point. Yeah, we've got a good force. Well, we can go deeper. Now, the question is, do we go deeper here? But I like this defensive position, so we're going to go deeper. Yeah. So, start of another turn. What do we get for the crystal caves? And the 6 of diamonds. That's 6, 7, 8, 38. We have to build another treasury soon, aren't we? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to dig off here. So, yeah, let's commit to this before I do. Let's go down to the cave brush. I'm saying I've run out of room on the top level because you're only supposed to have like 5 by the main book. And we're going to dig down here. Of course, this now needs the path tool with the stairs as we head down deeper underground. So, 3 of clubs. That shouldn't be too bad. It's clubs, which means it's a natural formation, but it's a low one. Natural magic sheet cave plants. Roll 1d2. That's a 1d4. We'll just take that as 2. 1d4 half. No. 1, 2 would be 3, but so it's a 2. That is bad magic table. What's bad magic has happened here? As we find another plant room. Straight past the page. Bad magic. Deal 5 of clubs. 5. Mortix magma drill. A pillar of lava metal melts for 1d4 grid spaces below the room when the spell is delivered. Below. Okay. That's not too bad. So 2d4. Five squares below this room just get melted out. Pillar of lava. So we'll go to the carved cave brush. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a massive lava tunnel gets melted in as we wake a cave drill. Then I'm pretty sure in my liquid tool. Do I have lava? I have lava. But I have a better lava in my pattern shape. Yeah. Okay. And what I'm going to do is use the hard one for this. Just quickly draw around the edges. Doesn't have to be exact, obviously. Oh, yes. We won't talk about the lava drill. But luckily, that's not a bad place for that to be. That's off the edge of the map. We don't have to worry about it too much. If it was like here, it'd be a major problem. But once again, my dwarves get lucky. And we'll just seal that off. Because the dwarves don't want to accidentally have lava issues. And then we're going to immediately use our resources to convert this. So go back to my building tool. I'm going to turn Snappy back on. That's where I went wrong last time. Switch that to over. Using different for the building tool. Oh, okay. I'm using that one. So I don't mind it changing slightly. And this will be converted. Let's actually wall that one off as well, because we're not. Yeah. The dwarves will have sealed this off. This is going to become another treasury. So in fact, I should have used a different flooring. I'll probably cheat though. Copy all that. That down. Rotate it round. There we go. Nice secure treasury. We'll probably expand it this way if we want a little bit. Let's just fix the flooring so we got our internal consistency. Fancy what beats that one, didn't we? The uncracked version. That's the square. Thing on. There we go. So that cost us another 30. Taking us back down to 0, or 8 in this case. But yes, things have expanded quite interesting. I like the game though. Should have just called them numerical as well. But yeah, that could have been an absolute disaster if it had been, but decided to dig down, say, here, and had stuff below it. But as it is, we got away with it. Always good to know. Right. Let's save changes. Alright. So we now store 150 trade goods. So we have made perfectly clear that we ain't going to be going much further down that way. Finding the dangerous stuff at the moment. Alright. Did I gain my prisoner? I did not gain my prisoner for this turn. So, let's start the next turn. We'll gain. Just throwing to random place the King of Spades, which is a 12, 32, 42, sorry. That takes us up to a nice 50 trade goods. And then we are going to dig. Try to expand the fortress a bit more. Go past the worm. That was in the right place. We'll go down another layer here. Now we'll dig out a nice bit of the cave and we'll see what we get. Jack of Hearts. Hearts of Resources, that's a lovely 10. Not bad. This is 21. Now, do I want another building or do I want to explore a little bit further? I'm running out of building room. That's the problem. Got the gaseous cave. I don't really want to be building over. It feels like we'd want yeah. So I was just looking at the list. Overseer's office. Edging in the same column as reserve doubles. So depends how deep we're planning on digging. Going at depth 3. They're doing pretty well actually. I mean, I could whack an overseer's office in here. Yep, it's cost me 15 resources, but I can pay that easily. And that takes me up to down to 60, 21, 6. There we go. Basic maths is hard. But yeah, we'll convert this bit here into an overseer's office. Get all the worm, it's all good. Of course, the overseer's office has got not just him, it's all his workers as well. They'll have desk there, and that looks like a nice overseer desk there. You can have a nice fancy chair. And his minions can have a little bit more of a basic one. Not the whole spiky chairs. Take Snappy off for a second. I mean, what I could do if I was actually wanting to spend a bit more time is I get my shadow tool out. And this is what tends to make these things look a lot better. Go around the edges of everything. A little bit of shadowing. Just makes it look a bit more realistic. It's completely utterly unnecessary. But, yeah, makes the rooms look good. Can't do much in the cave, I don't think. Yeah, the cave's got too much like effect in it anyway. Yeah, completely pointless. But we hear half of the drawing more than as much as anything else. It gives you an idea how Dungeon Draft works as well. It's a very good program. The base assets are a little bit cartoony, but yeah, you can easily pick up better ones. Say, Forbidden Alchemist has given me pretty much everything I need. It's a Patreon you can follow. Got some natural lighting in as well, possibly. Yeah, it's just this overseer stuff is just a little bit empty without the shadowing. I just think this is a good couple of minutes well spent. Making sure our dwarf temple. There we go. It's a subtle thing, but I like it. I'm doing this for me. You know, if I was doing this for the money, I would have given up a long time ago. I just like sharing what I do. Alright. And then we will grab in Del 16. Right. So anything you find on this column is now going to be cheaper. So really, you'd want a string of overseers offices as you dig down. And we got a good amount of trade goods, so I'm allowed 10 per barracks. That's 15. That's 30 spent. If you get too much resources, you get mites and stuff like that. Right, end of the turn, and this other prison comes online. So we're now getting 40 resources a turn. Stone Fist is getting strong. Right, start the turn. We get from the crystal caves. Oops, the crystal caves are empty. So we only get the 40 resources from the prisons. Slave labour. Now, I feel like I want a little bit of a gap going in before. Do I want to expand here? Hard life choices. I want to draw and commit myself before I go any further. I think we'll dig out here. We'll make a little zone of the fortress. We've got a defended area here, but this is going to be the next where we prepare for the deep delve. We're trying to find a void crystal here, apparently. So, deal another card out. Ooh, the 6 of clubs. Crystal Cavern. 1d2 spaces and size. One cavern. So it's another Crystal Cavern. So we emptied one out and we find another. This is kind of a bit of the thing of having to reshuffle my cards to make sure it's drawing properly, but you know what? I don't mind. There's just as much of a chance of me. I dealt some bad cards out first, so if the game wants to kill me, it can kill me. Though I'm in a pretty good place. Boy, I'm liking these blue crystals. Let's make this one look a bit different, shall we? We pop down some sparkly blue crystals. Update my cavern floor. Alright, so we've got another crystal cavern. Just the colour, but not that. Let's have a look at the colour. We'll leave it. It's fine. Anyway, the crystal cavern here basically means that I can think about expanding. Let's go the other way. The next turn. Okay, so yes, at the start of this turn, I've not spent any trade goods, so I'll gain another 40, taking me to 100. Okay, I can spend big in a minute. I get a 9 of clubs. That would have been high for creatures, but that instead becomes a 9. 12 more trade goods. Taking me to 112. Now, what's it say in the treasury? Draw. If I draw the Jack of Spades, thieves attack me. So I'm looking for the Jack of Spades, who's not been out yet. So, what do we find in here? 3 of Spades. Oops, Spades are bad. Remnants. A wishing well. I can spend 10 resources to get those. Okay. No, didn't want to reset my computer just at the moment. So in here is a well. Alright, be more exact. Oh, that looks like a good wishing well. Oh, that's perfect. Creep the scale up a little bit. Okay. I could spend gold to do that, but I don't think I will. I will, however, spend some of these resources on a second cannon, I think. I held 2 in each cannon outpost. So yes. Just cheat. Why don't you let me select? Right, that gives us 2 cannon in here. I think it's about time to export this. Pushing to more danger, I think. No. Quite a few little steps here. We got a ton of cannon. Now we just spent 30 goods on that. That's maths that's hard apparently. It's early in the morning for me. Give me a second. 1082. Then we want to look at another room. Mason would allow that. Put an inn in. So that would be 10 resources and 30, or 30 resources and 10. So we'd have to get rid of. Well, we need 24 resources, that's 12. That takes us down to 70. 60. Let's convert this bit here into an inn. And then we'll see what type of adventure we get. Get a wooden floor in for the inn. Snapping is on. Connect that up like that. And then we want a nice little bar in the corner. Some tables. Nice long looking tables. I just type in. This gives me the type of thing I want. Tavern. I think tavern is thinking of cavern. Like a bit of food on the table. Wouldn't be bad. Yes. Relatively basic ones. Fire. I think we'll use some lighting, environmental lighting here. Like an orangey colour there. A path tool. It's a little bit more moody, shall we? Oh yes, pro tip, you can turn your snapping on and off as you go. There we go, we've got a lovely little inn. Come on, actually save. Don't you play up with me now. There we go. pages 23 to 24. So we deal another card. The Four of Diamonds, a Pathfinder. Choose any grid space. Pathfinder, any one troop or unit may start combat in that space. Ooh, okay. What's the Dwarven Pathfinder look like? Oh, hello, mate. So, I will choose this fine guy, who's probably from the Pathfinder RPG. There he is, hanging around in the bar, doing Dwarven Pathfinder stuff. I think that's just a one-off, isn't it? Each one adventurer. Yeah. I can spend 10 resources to hire one. I'm almost tempted to make a massive inn. If I dig down, I could make a really large inn down here and just have a horde, like an adventurer party. Let's go for that. That sounds like fun. So, we're going to dig down to level 4. I should go for my path tool and show that these are going downstairs. Where are my stairs? Yep. So, yep, go deeper into the fortress. I'll probably expand this when I actually find I've not been brutally murdered. Okay, so for the crystal caves, we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 46, which takes us up to 116. And we get, where's my draw pile gone? 3 of hearts, 3, 6 resources. Takes up to 12. So we're going to continue the plan of extending the inn. So we need to spend 18. So 89 trade goods. 7 left. And then actually that's 97 because we've got to spend that as well. Takes us down to 0 resources. So on here we shall expand the inn. What I'll do is I'll expand it up here as well. And then we'll take these out. What we'll do is we'll move the 5 off to one side. Move this. If I can get the right, delete the fire. And I need to go into the cave tool, because apparently I didn't quite hit everything. Better. Okay. And then the path tool. We'll find, there's got to be a balcony or something like that in here, hasn't there? Probably something I can use to a balcony. It's a little bit off. Ah, that looks good. And then we need to select the shadows, which is a bit of more of a pain. Now my shadows don't work. I'll put shadows in here then. We'll bring back our nice orangey light, because I quite like that. And to be cheap, we'll copy put that back. Copy the table out. I'll extend the in down this way. There we go. And let's see who we get joining us. Seven. A barbarian. Okay. Use that back. So. Just stealing stuff from the internet. Look how happy this guy looks. Ah, I should call this in a second. My throat's getting worse. Oh, I need to export this. Oh, it's actually nearly an hour anyway, so it's not too. Okay. Feels like it's been a while since I saved. Alright, so what does our friend the barbarian do? He's strength 20. He's actually pretty strong. How am I going to show that? Hit points. Voice for everyone. Doesn't work like that with the system we're working. I just remember he's a 20. But I definitely want to extend this in both directions. Have a great little amazing hall full of adventurers down at the bottom. Let's do one more room, just for the fun of it. So, let's get our card. 6, 7, 8, 9, 49. So, 40, 56, 156. Yeah, 49. 46. There we go. Dig out. And this way. Nicely like that. And we'll see what we get. The 8 of Hearts. So, nice up 8 resources then. And in here, we can now go back into our build tool, extend this out with snapping on to make the tavern even bigger. Let's give that piece of bread. Piece of bread is apparently too small for me to even grab. Oh, I quite like the off-angled thing there. Let's just rotate these around just to break things up a little bit. Let's not have this just hanging around. Let's move this to a torch. Okay. Pop another one in there. Another one in there. And we are expanding nicely. So, popping back into here. Let's do the maths. I need to spend 22, so that's 11, 21 off this. I have to spend some more as well, I think. But that's going to be an issue for next year. 21 is 25. Clears out the resources. Then we will get to 1220, which seems like a nice place to end the video. And we'll figure out if we get adventurers. 7. Another barbarian. That can't be right with what we got last time. Good deal on another one, so I know. 6. A druid. I like you. Alright. Of course, a lot more do this if I come back to it. I'll have all these files all sorted out for me. And so we have our druid sitting in the tavern. So you got an adventurer, a pathfinder, a druid, a barbarian, a bunch of guards. What I can do is actually affect these tokens. Like that. There we go. There we go. We've got a nice little fortress right here. Once we've got a third one here, we're going to push in a little bit deeper Or maybe expand this way, because there's other stuff we should be building into this fortress. I'm almost tempted to bring the guards down, or some of the guards down. Maybe extend down here, risk putting another barracks in, because they don't have to be stationed in the barracks. So I can have these guys here, and then like a secondary force knocking around. Maybe build some barracks off here. We've got the guards up here, and then start building another army. These are all choices for next time, so as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you